You know what is weird? Weird is when you realize that people treat things in the way it should be treated. For example, a chair is used as a chair. A table is used as a table. Not nobody uses a bike as a chair, right? Nobody uses a cup as a spoon, right? Okay, so there are some guidelines in how you use these things. But when it comes to working with people, though, we have the tendency of actually abusing or misusing or don't even consider the boundaries of people, right? And I've been talking to a friend of mine, and I was telling her, you know what? We've been talking about, reframing the things that happen in life. We've been talking about, when things happen in your life, you can look at it in a certain perspective, and the perspective that you choose is going to help you or is going to be not helping, right? So that's reframing. You find yourself in a situation and you frame it in a certain way. Okay, good. In order for it to be helpful for you. But instead of only reframing things, we have to frame it from before. We have to come to a place that we say, okay, this is my boundary, and I want you to respect my boundary. Look, this is how I work, and I don't work any other way. Look, if we are booking a coaching class, this is how we book it. This is the site. This is the way to do it. The coaching is going to last from this time to this time, and that's it. So we have these boundaries. And when people cross those boundaries, you will say, hey, you know what? I framed it before. I told you where my boundaries are, and I want you to respect it. If you don't respect it, it comes to me to say, you know what? I don't want to deal with you like that. If you keep stepping my boundaries, stepping over the boundaries that I'm saying, if you're stepping over the way that I work, the way that I move, the way that I am, if you think that your way is better, if you think that your mindset is better, if you think that I'm not that important to consider what I'm saying, then I don't have to work with you. And we are so afraid in doing that because, look, I'll tell somebody that comes to my house and starts jumping on my chair. I'm like, hey, yo, this is not a trampoline, right? This is a chair. I want you to sit on it. I want you to respect that, right? We do that with the things in life, but we don't do that with ourselves. We put ourselves on the back burner. We go through and we say, you know what? I don't want to do this because it doesn't feel good to speak up. It doesn't feel good to say, you know what? But that's my boundary. That's no. I don't work like that. I don't move like that. We are so afraid of doing that, or reluctant, or we put ourselves aside, and people do the same. People do the same. People look at us where we are and we say, you know what? He said, okay, I need to email him the latest Friday, blah, blah, blah. But man, I'll do this. I'm too tired today. It's Friday. I can do it right now because this is what he or she asked. But man, I'm tired. I'm too tired. I'm going to do it tomorrow. I'm not going to even send a message asking if it's okay, if I can still do it tomorrow because, I'm just too tired. It's going to take too much of my time or whatever is happening in my life. No, I'll just do it tomorrow and he'll just have to accept it. She'll just have to accept it like that. And that's how we be. So I believe that a lot of times we have to come to a place where we say, you know what? My boundary is my boundary. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's not that you're being feisty. It's not that you're being, you're doing too much. Just go with the flow. Going with the flow got people overworking, in burnouts, not knowing who they are, not knowing where they're going, find themselves actually in a place that's like, oh my God, I don't know what happened. I've been busy, but I haven't accomplished anything in my life. And it's like you're lost, and then people come to the extremes in life because their boundaries have not been respected, or they have not shown the boundaries, and they have not kept themselves on the boundaries. Because a lot of times I can tell you, I can frame my life, I can frame how I work to you. I frame it, I'll tell you, okay, these are the boundaries, this is how I work. But when you step over it, I say, you know what, whatever. I'll deal with it another time. And you keep doing that, and on a long run, since you haven't respected your boundaries, people will not respect your boundaries. So I believe it's very important for us to realize that, okay, go through the pain of telling somebody off, and in a respectful manner, manner. Go through the pain of letting them think like, okay, she thinks she's all that, he thinks he's all that. But to respect your boundaries. Because when you keep going over the boundaries and keep going over the boundaries and keep going over the boundaries, after a while there will be no boundary, and then you'll be just a doormat. And I believe that the best communication that we can have is when we respect one another, we see each other where the other person is, and we respect the person. If the person doesn't want you to touch them in a certain way, if the person doesn't want you to speak to them in a certain way, even though that's your way, that's my way, that's how I talk. But if you want to talk to me then, and that's how you talk, and that's not how my cookie crumbles, I'm going to tell you respectfully, it's been good knowing you. It's been good for a little while, but right now I'm moving forward. So we have to come to that place that we start respecting our own boundaries. And as you respect your own boundary, don't be afraid to tell somebody, hey, you stepped over. Till here and no more. I want us to have this communication. I want us to be connected, but this is too far. I don't want you to go there anymore. And it's up for that person to say, whatever. Or, you say, or for that person to say, yeah, my bad. I overstepped my boundaries. I overstepped your boundaries. My bad. I want us to have the right connection. I believe in the right connection. I believe that we are connected to one another already. But to safeguard that connection, to safeguard the energy that flows through that connection, to safeguard where we can reach through those connections, we have to respect one another. Come to a place that we say, you know what, I'm going to respect your boundaries because I'm respecting my boundaries. I'm expecting for you to respect my boundaries because I respect my boundaries. I know this is my limit, and that's it. And I don't want you to step over it. Now, if you feel like you have to keep doing it, then respectfully, I'm going to say, we're still connected. I know, but the connection is going to lead, it's not going to lead to any fruitfulness. It's not going to lead to us multiplying things in life. It's not going to lead to us doing things that's going to benefit both of us. I'm going to do my thing, you're going to do your thing, and, it's going to be la-di-da-di-do that day, right? So that's what I found is weird. We respect everything else. We treat the bike as a bike. We treat the TV as a TV. We don't use it to play baseball with it, right? So why do we use people to those extremes, abusing and misusing them? That's kind of weird. We got to change. We got to change.